guys, what's up? It's Halloween! Yay! That's exciting. And I decided perfectly for today's video that I was going to do a paranormal stories video. I know you guys always like to do these, and things have happened within this last year that I've never shared with you guys. Honestly, mostly because I've been a little bit scared to talk about it. I don't love making paranormal videos for the fact that it freaks me out while I'm telling them, like I'm not kidding. I'm a scared ass bitch, okay? I'm finally gonna tell you guys just some little occurrences, some unexplained happenings that have actually gone down in this apartment and the last place that I lived, which was my dad's. So go ahead and grab your snacks, do your thing, and I'm gonna get into the stories. But I wanted to remind you guys really quick to go ahead over and subscribe to my second channel. It is honestly so lit. I know you guys will love it. It's just more of me. If you're interested in that, it's going to be like pranks. We're going to up our content for sure. We're probably going to do like some vlogs and of course keep the challenges going. We've done a ton of already like funny challenges already. So if you're really interested in going to see those, please go over and subscribe to our channel. It would mean so much to us. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway on that channel, I'm pretty sure, so go ahead and subscribe so that you're notified when that happens. I've already done one too, so we're doing another one. It would mean so much to me if you went over and supported that channel too. So let's finally get into the video. I'm done talking, sorry. Just to let you guys know, this story isn't paranormal. This is just a weird occurrence that happened on Saturday night. Two of these stories that I'm about to tell you actually happened like within the last 48 hours, honestly. So Saturday night was the night that I decided to kind of go out for Halloween. So I was out having fun and I ended up getting home really late. And it's always funny, I swear. I always get home at like 3 a.m. It's like a thing. It's like if I'm going out somewhere, I'm always coming home at like exactly 3 a.m. And if you guys know anything about me or my paranormal stories, I hate that time. Weird things always happen around that time. I used to have my crazy ass neighbors like fucking waking me up at 3 a.m. So I don't mess with 3 a.m. So I'm walking to my elevator from my car. All the parking spaces are surrounded by the elevator that takes you up to my unit. It's really quiet, very, very quiet, and honestly, it's not a lot of fun walking through that by yourself. It's just kind of scary and like creepy to me, but it's like dead silent, like I'm telling you, like it was eerily silent. Like I was not used to it being like that. So I'm just waiting there and the elevator finally comes and I get inside, do my little thing, press my unit number, and the thing about this elevator is like right in front of it there's like a little wall that like you can't see anyone. It's like where the cars are and stuff, and I guess people could walk up from behind it. And it was so silent, I was sure no one was there, and I'm sitting in the elevator, the door is about to close, it's probably like 5 seconds away from closing, and all of a sudden, literally, and I'm not kidding, it scared the living daylights out of me. Oh my god, the living daylights out of me. This man, probably like in his 30s, kind of like just strange looking, like this crazy look in his eyes, no joke, I don't know what is up with where I live, comes running to the elevator, like running to the elevator so he doesn't miss it. Like, so he comes running towards the elevator and it's like right about to close, like it's starting to close, and he just like runs and he puts his hand like right in front of the elevator door so that it doesn't like close on him and that he can get in and go on that elevator with me. And my heart jumped. My heart was racing. I was like literally so scared because I just didn't think anyone was even around, and this guy looked kind of crazy, and like why did he have to rush to get in the elevator with me? So of course I'm a little freaked out and I don't really know what's going on. I'm just like cautious and I'm kind of standing away from him but kind of like watching him and just like, you know, what is this man doing? He has his arms crossed. He's just basically looking down the whole time, but I can see his eyes like moving back and forth, like literally like this man was on something or he was freaking possessed. I don't know. And he's just tapping his foot like really, really fast. Like he just looks frantic and uncomfortable, and the whole thing was so weird, and it didn't last long. It was probably like a 2-minute occurrence, honestly, but it felt like forever because I was just so freaked out, and obviously like I live alone. He also didn't press a number on the elevator, so obviously when he saw the number that I was going to, he was like, oh okay, like I guess I'm gonna get off with her. I don't know if he lives up here. I don't know if he just wanted to get off on my level, but he didn't press any number. So he wasn't obviously going to another level, which would have made me more comfortable. Basically, we get to my floor, and I'm kind of waiting for him to get out first, and I want him to get out first, because I'm like, okay, I don't wanna like I don't want to walk first and then like, you know where I live, like what the hell, right? I'm kind of waiting to see if he gets out first, but he doesn't. So I'm like, you know what, whatever. I got my bottles, I got my protection. Okay, I'm gonna be all right. Just handle it, girl. Be strong. So I get out first and I just walk, and I'm walking to my apartment. It's pretty close to the elevator, kind of. And so I get to my unit, and I'm kind of looking in my peripheral vision to the left of me to see like where this guy went, because I know he followed me out, and making sure he wasn't behind me. Like I kept checking behind my shoulder the whole time. And so when I get to my door and I'm looking in my peripheral, I can just see him standing in the center, which is like right where the hall starts. It's really hard. It's really, really hard for me to explain this. I don't know why. I'm not very good at this. But basically he's just straight down the hall, and I didn't want to look him in the eye or stare at him. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was freaked the F out. And so I didn't even look at him. So I don't know if he was staring at me, or he was going to say something to me, or if he was going to like start running towards me. Like I had no idea, and I just opened that door as fast as I could, got inside, locked that shit, and that was the end of that. But I could just see that man like standing there, probably staring at me, unless he was just standing there like a crazy man and didn't know where to go or something. It was just super weird. This has happened to me before too, which is very, very weird, in my complex with a different person. Actually, literally, it's happened to me twice. And I always get this weird feeling that someone's gonna like try to follow me to my place. And it's kind of like enclosed too, so it's very, I don't know, it's just kind of creepy. It's a weird vibe that I get sometimes from these people. I swear, you guys know, if you've seen any of my neighbor videos, I've definitely had some weird neighbor incidents, so this incident was not surprising for me at all. The next couple little stories I'm going to tell you are very small kind of occurrences that have happened in my apartment, and you guys can go ahead and let me know what you think about these. But this one happened the next morning. So when I went to bed at like 3:30 a.m. on Saturday night, I woke up on Sunday morning technically, and it was like relatively early in the morning. It was kind of like that dawn time of day. It was probably like 5 or 6 a.m. I'm not even sure. I didn't look at my phone. But I woke up to something. Like I woke up abruptly, and this has like never happened to me before. All of this stuff has kind of started, by the way, since I was like calling those psychics and was like super interested in the psychic world. I'm not messing with that anymore. I'm not messing with anything. I'm just not anymore. So I woke up super abruptly. I'm just laying in my bed, and I can hear like my couch right here, the little like patterned one. It's very easily movable, and it's like really light, honestly. And I woke up to the sound of that being like pushed, and I know exactly what that sounds like. Trust me, because I do it all the time. I woke up to the sound of that being pushed, and I woke up to like a loud rustle and what sounded like somebody like falling on my end table and crashing it over. I'm not kidding. Like, I have the chills. My body is cold, and I don't even know right now. That literally might sound so dumb to you, but I'm telling you, I don't know, and I always try to think of ways to debunk things. Like, that is how I am. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my god, I'm totally haunted. Like, I don't know. That's why I feel like it's just an unexplained, like, phenomenon, you know? Like, I don't know. Was I dreaming? Maybe? But I really don't think so. I know what I heard, and it lasted, like, 10 seconds after my eyes were open. It wasn't like, you know, one of those things where you have a dream about like falling and then you wake up really quick. That's the only thing that I can think that would maybe debunk that. But I literally heard like multiple people, or like one person in my apartment, like basically just like fell or like just rustled everything around for a minute. And I was so scared. I was frozen in my bed. I was awake for like 10 seconds. And I know that doesn't seem like a long time. You literally just have to be there. But I know, I was convinced someone was in my apartment. But I always lock my doors. I'm really safe. And so I kind of realized, okay, maybe that was my mind, or I was dreaming. Like, I didn't know. I wanted to think of any way to think that that wasn't, you know, anything scary or a ghost or anything like that. But Shit was moving in my house, I'm telling you. And seriously, I'm getting freaked out telling this. So the next one is just a little thing that also happens at 3 a.m. in my house, and you guys can tell me if you guys know more about this. I don't know, or if you think this is a strange, very, very strange occurrence. It happens every single night. It happened last night. Any night that I'm awake around 2:30 to 3 a.m. It's only between 2:30 to 3 a.m. So every night around that time, as long as I'm awake, which is probably like 75% of the time that I'm awake that late, honestly, my TV will be on all day, every day. I keep it on purely for sound. I don't like dead silence. Dead silence creeps me out. It just trips me out, you know? So I don't like it. And I keep my TV on probably like 8% at times. So every night around this time, and this is when I really need the sound the most. Like, I fall asleep with that too because I need the noise. I need something there. And this is obviously the time that freaks me out the most. My TV will always spaz out. Like, I'm telling you, it like will either reboot itself, it'll either turn off completely, the volume will either go up and down. Like, I'll hear it get higher. The nights that I fall asleep before 3 a.m., by the way, I'll wake up at times and my TV will be blaring. It'll be blaring. And I'm just like, I can't sleep, but I'm too tired to even get up and turn it down. So I deal with this blaring TV that was never like that. It was only on like volume fucking like 3 at that point. Like, seriously, I don't even know. It's just low all the time. I have the major chills right now. So I either just see it spaz out, or I hear it shut off or reboot, or I hear the volume go up and down throughout the night. My channeler is just sitting on the couch. There's no one here, it's just me, and so that is one of the weirdest things, and probably the first thing that made me be like, what the fuck? So, yeah, that's super creepy to me because it keeps happening around that weird time that I don't like, and other weird things. I think, honestly, right now, like, telling you the story, it's even more creepy to me when it's, like, blaring at, like, 4 a.m., like, who turned the volume up? Last little creepy story that has only happened since I have been calling the psychics and stuff. So this was really recent, and it's only happened twice, and it's only happened with me by myself. As you can probably tell, I don't really like a dark house. I don't like no sound, you know. I'm very like cautious with that, so I like to have lights on and I like to have my TV on low. When I go out and I know that I'm going to be coming back late at night or something, or even just like, you know, mildly late, I'll keep on my lights in my house. I'll keep on at least one light, like a couple hall lights or the kitchen light maybe, even my room light at times. And this has only happened twice, like I'm saying. And so I'll leave my lights on, my TV on low, and I'll go ahead and go out. And twice I've came back and all of my lights are off and just my TV is on. So, you know, I know that there is one light switch in my house that is automatic. It's like, turns it off if you've had it on too long, to save energy and stuff. There's one light, but that's in the bathroom. And the other ones are just basic light switches. It's completely basic. You would have to physically turn it off. It won't do that for itself. It's literally so creepy to me. That is just so scary to me. I don't understand. And, you know, sometimes I think like maybe I just forgot to keep them on and they were actually off when I left. Sometimes that's how I feel about it, but sometimes I know I turned the lights on to have when I came back because I didn't want to walk into a dark house, and I end up walking into a dark house. That is just extremely weird to me. What do you guys think about my apartment? How do you feel about it? Everything that I've told you, do you think it can be explained? Can you explain it for me? Or do you think it's an unexplained paranormal phenomenon? My last story is kind of more of a story, a little bit, and this is probably one of the weirdest things that have ever happened in my life, and I didn't want to make it a story time by itself because it like just wasn't enough. I knew I was going to put it in a video like this. So this one is actually about living at my dad's house. Now, my dad lives in a senior community, okay? So he doesn't live in his own house or apartment or anything like that. He lives in a senior center, basically. So I was living there for a solid minute of my life, from when I started YouTube, even a little bit before, and the whole time I was on it up until I moved into this apartment in March, which you guys will probably remember. The scene that you've seen in my videos before this background, before this house, was my dad's. I was like the youngest one there, and honestly, low-key, I wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't supposed to be living there, but at the time, I didn't have any other options, so I had to, and it was really stressful at the time. But everyone was so nice there. Everyone was so kind. No one ever minded. No one ever like tattletaled, you know, that I was there too much, because I wasn't supposed to be living there. I was just supposed to be visiting, but I lived there for like a year. And so everyone was super nice. My dad was friends with everyone. I was even like friends with some of them. Obviously not like friends, but like they knew me by name, and we'd say hi every time we passed each other in the hall. There was multiple people that I knew by name and, you know, was very nice to and very, not close with, I don't really know the word, but you know, just like, oh, okay, I know that guy, like he's super nice. So one night I went out to San Diego State actually with my friend to go to a party. And so I was coming back late once again. This always happens late at night. And so I'm driving in, and usually I would park in the back and I'd go through the back way. But I saw that the first parking spot on the hill towards the front door was open, and it was slightly closer to my dad's. So I thought, well, since it's late at night, I'd rather not, you know, walk a longer way and everything and take longer to get in. I'd rather just get inside really quick. I don't want to walk in the dark alone, you know. There's like a little living room at the front doors. Like, it's hard to explain. It's kind of where like the front office is. I would expect no one to be out at this point in time, probably like 2 a.m. As I'm walking in, I can see a man sitting in the chair. There's only one man around. So I see this man, and I can see the back of his head. And so I'm like, well, that's odd, you know, no one should really be awake at this point. But I walk past him, and I look back, and it looks like one of the guys that I know and was relatively close with, knew by name, you know, would say hi to every day in the hall. So I just kind of smiled at him, but he wasn't looking at me, and he never did. He was just looking straight on, like straight on. So, you know, I was honestly kind of worried, and I was like, you know, what if somebody passed, or I didn't know, you know? But I wasn't really thinking too much about it. I just wanted to get home. So he was just staring straight basically at the wall and didn't even acknowledge me, and I just let it go. I didn't think anything of it. I did have like this creepy feeling though. I did kind of have this eerie vibe that I was getting, and I was just kind of like, didn't know how to feel about it, but I was walking down the hall, and let me tell you, the hall takes like literally 5 minutes to walk all the way to my dad's unit because he's at the very end, like literally. And the halls are super creepy and scary, and the lights aren't even on all the time. Like, imagine a really long, mildly dark hotel corridor, like hallway, and you have to walk all the way down that, but it's like double the size of what a hotel one would be. And so I'm just kind of creeped out. Like, even sometimes when I'd walk down that hall, like I would just start running for no reason. Like, it would creep me out. Like, long hallways probably creep anybody out. But, so I just felt like this whole weird feeling that night, like ever since I entered the doors of the senior center. So I get to my dad's house, go to sleep, everything's fine. And then the next morning is when literally probably one of the most like eye-opening, like what the fuck moments of my life happened. Because I'm just sitting and talking to my dad at breakfast, and we're just talking about life and all that shit, and my dad tells me that the guy that I saw sitting in the chair, or in which I thought I saw sitting in the chair, had actually passed the night before that had happened. He had passed in the senior center. He was my dad's neighbor, and you know, I was literally shocked. I was like, there's no way. Like, I was dreaming. Like, there's no way. I've never seen a ghost. I've never even claimed to see a ghost. Only when I was little, but I don't remember it, obviously, because I was so little. But I think I did talk to a ghost boy. No joke. I do have a video on that. My whole body just went into chills, and I was seriously beyond creeped out. And I was like, I literally thought I saw him last night when I walked in, and he was just sitting there, and it was so weird, and I just like could not process what was happening. And my dad was like, no, he passed away. That was probably somebody else. That was probably Jim, you know? And I was just like, I don't know what I saw now, and I questioned myself all the time, like, was that a ghost? Was that somebody else? It was just super weird how it happened, because I saw him that night, and then the next morning, my dad told me that he had actually just passed. So it just was very, very odd to me. I don't really know what to think about that one. And that is a story I will literally never forget, and I will always tell, because it is so strange to me. But yeah, that is that story. Thank you guys for watching my paranormal stories video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's all crazy paranormal stuff. I don't know. A lot of it can be explained, maybe even all of it. But I just wanted to share with you this kind of creepy story and just talk to you about the things that have been weirding me out lately and the things that have happened this year. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. And really quick before I go, I want to give a shout out to Olivia Bayra Morgan on Twitter. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting me. You are amazing. You're always there for me. And I'm going to be doing this where I shout out one of you guys at the each of every video from Twitter. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you want to have a chance to be featured at the end of one of my videos. I thought that was such a cute idea and I thought I would take part and join in that too. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also my second channel. The link will be in the description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.